Okay, boys and girls, so being the coding little shit that I am, I've managed to acquire the PT files for Silent Hill's playable teaser. I've managed to port it over so it's playable on PC, but what I found really interesting is I've also found whatever they developed for the first level, which I don't think many people will have seen unless they work for Konami. Now, I've also found an intro movie, which I'll probably stick at the beginning of this video. I've also found out that the game was potentially going to be released on Oculus, as there is Oculus files in there. And my thinking is, why would there be an Oculus file in there if they weren't going to port it to Oculus? There's also an open VR file in there. So it was obviously being ported to all VR, Oculus included as a standalone. Now, so this is basically the settings menu, what they had at this present moment in time that they were developing it. Author Luke Bamaran, I don't know who he is. In my rest of the streams, I say that town. You promised you'd take me again there someday. Now, the town itself, it is completely unfinished. It's completely broken. Fell through the map a couple of times, and the movement is really, really slow because obviously it was in really early development. So let's wait for it to load up. I'm not sure why it's black screened. It shouldn't black screen. Why is it black screened? That's not great. Hold on. Obviously the game is really buggy. Oh shite. Right, I'm gonna quit out of it. I am gonna open it back up now. It should work because I've just been going through it. Arthur Laskowski. Come on, brethren. I've already read all this. There we go. Right. So, this would have been the first level for Silent Hills. I am going to have a walk around. Like I said, the movement is really slow. You're going to see a lot of empty space, a lot of bugs, that sort of thing. And you can't run. I mean, I've tried every button. You just can't run. So that basically takes you into a black void when you fall through the map, so I'm not going to go that way. That's just an empty car park again. You fall through the void at the other side. None of the buildings are actually enterable, but you will see that they're just not finished completely. You know, there's the doors covered by path, there's gaps in the walls, there's all sorts of issues that obviously would have been ironed out in the final game, because this is just to show how early in development the game actually was. People think because they had the playable teaser out, because they had the demo out, that's probably what they developed first. They probably had storyboard for the main game that was part of the storyboard, and they've released it as a teaser. Now, you go down here, it's just an invisible wall. There's nothing else there, so I'll get to this stage and I'll not be able to pass it any further. Yeah, no passing it. Now, as I say, the movement is incredibly slow. I would have thought that they would add a sprint function, obviously, if the game was going to be in full development. You can just see there, like, the graphics just aren't great. Would have obviously been ironed out quite a lot, but this is what we're dealing with, this is what we're working with. See what I mean about the holes in the wall, things like that. Like, see, in there, it looks like they could have actually designed something. It looks like it's got like structure and staircases and stuff. Now, the last time I went this way and I fell in under the map. So, okay, and this is an invisible wall, so I can't go any further. Can I go in this way? I can't. Okay. Just imagine if this game had been built, or had been made, it would have been such a good game. Like textures, like walls clipping through each other, and you know, it's nothing that. Oh, I've got a semi in the building there. Is there any of these I can actually? There's gaps and stuff, so maybe I can get through one of them and have a look. In. Oh, I just got bigger. Yeah. Okay. So there must be like a little invisible slope there. Oh, there we go. I'm back down it. Oh, I'm back up it. And I'm back down it again. Invisible wall. Oh. Okay. So it just goes incredibly blurry and it doesn't let us walk up them. Okay. So yeah, that's the map. Well, it's not really the map. It's what the game would have been. It's what they were developing. You know, for the first level, we had the intro exposition. I mean, it might not have been the actual first level. It might have been a little bit before it, and you load up into this once you do that bit. And this is like the actual start of the game. Sometimes they have like a little precursor level and stuff, but yeah, it's definitely not getting through the armor. Is there anything actually in it? Yeah, there's like scaffolding and stuff inside, so I mean, it looks like they were planning to do something in most of these buildings, or at least some of them. Otherwise, they wouldn't bother to put anything inside of it, because if you weren't going to go in, then you're not going to see it. So obviously, you had some sort of intention to let you go in. And yeah, there's invisible walls all over the shop. See, now in here, there's not really anything. There's two awkwardly placed lights. There's none of the scaffolding type thing that could have been used to structure the building. So maybe them buildings. Oh, it's joking. I thought I was going to get lucky and be able to get in there. Let's see if there's a way around it. Okay. So I can get past that invisible wall. Is it only a one-way invisible? It is only a one-way invisible wall. That's great, isn't it? Yeah. Fantastic. Right. But if I can get back there, I might be able to get into one of these buildings, because the holes are quite big. Let's see if I can squeeze through. No. To be honest, I think I would just fall through the map if I did anyway, but every button, no. I've just grown about 5 inches. I've just shrunk about 5 inches. So yeah, that's what would have, I believe, would have been the first level of Silent Hills. Regardless of whether it's the first level or not, it was A level, and that's all that they've got in the game files, other than the actual playable teaser. So that tells me it's the only thing they've developed. As I say, I found an intro movie in there, which makes me think that this is definitely going to be the start level. The intro movie, it's literally called intro movie. It's 9 seconds long, and all it is a video of you awakening in that street. And then you've got your opening dialogue as well. And yeah, got the playable teaser on there as well. The full playable teaser, all the assets, all everything. This is the only actual level that I can find. So yeah, cheers, bye.